If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you've had the same thought before. What am I supposed to do? Well, you're not alone. Lots of people ask me all the time, what am I supposed to do? And today I'm going to cover exactly what my answer is to that question. So right off the bat, if you like anything that I talk about in this video, feel free to like or comment below. And if you'd like to see more videos that I make, check out my channel Informal Inquiry and maybe consider subscribing. So, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there is no supposed to do. There is no supposed to. You are not predestined to have any specific path. That being said, you do have predispositions to certain paths that you could pursue, but you do not have the obligation to go down that path. So, basically, what I see with people who ask me what am I supposed to do, what they're really asking me is, or what they're telling me is that they don't really understand who they are right now. They're going through some kind of shift or some kind of process in their life where they are trying to figure out who they are and trying to figure out what to do next. So usually my advice that I give to people when they're in this phase, when they're working through this stuff, is to help them to be able to discover themselves and to move inward so that they can find the answers for themselves. There was, I think it was like in Greece or maybe it was in Rome, but there was this oracle that people would go to with these questions, with like the meaning of life, what am I supposed to do? People have been asking this question for centuries and millennia, I'm sure, trying to figure out what the purpose is on this planet. And what the oracle would say every time is know thyself. And while this was probably really frustrating for the people that went up and spoke with the oracle, that's basically the same advice that I have for you. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it than just know thyself, but really it's a journey inwards and not so much a journey outwards, so to speak. Like you don't have to reach out and have understanding of things outside of you. It's understanding who you are within yourself and moving into the world with that knowledge of who you are. And so as you understand yourself better, you're going to be able to know what you want to do. You're going to know which direction you're going to want to go in because you have that understanding of who you are and what you like, what you want to learn, and what needs you need met. The good news about this is you don't have to do this alone. So what people like healers and psychics and things like that, what those people are there for is to help remind you of who you are and to help you remember what you already know. So they basically act as mirrors, the good ones. And some of them are good and some of them aren't. You have to be discerning in what kind of information you accept. So if it makes sense for you, then accept it. But if it doesn't make sense, then realize that those people are also human too, and they're not perfect, so they're going to make mistakes. And their interpretation of what they see or understand might be different than what's actually true. So you have to be discerning with those things. Whether you came into this life with some kind of plan or some kind of things that you want to accomplish or achieve or not. I think that people do come down with goals that they want to accomplish. Those are going to come to fruition from you looking within yourself and connecting with that aspect of yourself that wants to grow, that wants to develop, that knows the answers that you're seeking for, and not from a place of looking from the outside for people to tell you what you're supposed to do. Honestly, that's probably one of the causes of the problems originally, is because you're trying to adhere to the norms or adhere to what is expected of you from others, and that causes problems and disconnection from self to begin with. So sometimes the question itself, what am I supposed to do, can be disconnecting in itself because it ostracizes you from your own intuition, from your own higher self. And so the real question is, who am I? What do I want? What do I believe? And what kind of change do I want to make in this world? What kind of change do I want to have in this world? And so as you ask those questions, the change from within yourself starts to happen, and that's where you start to move in the directions that you feel make sense for you, that you feel called to. And it's more sustainable because it's coming from you. It's not somebody telling you something and then you try it and you figure out that it's not really coming from you. It's something that's expected from others. So my basic response to what am I supposed to do is, you know the answer. You just have to look for it within yourself and seek help from other people. Look to people who know their path, who have gone through the search that you've gone through, and see what they have to say about it, and be open to their advice, because if they've been able to find their path and what makes sense for them, then they might be able to help you to find your path and what makes sense for you. But know that the work is on you, it's not on them. So they may push back on you and be like, hey, you have to do the meditation, you have to think about what you're looking for, you have to think about what to expect out of your life and what you'd like to accomplish with this lifetime that you have, which is honestly pretty short. Time moves quickly, so you get to decide. And we do have limitations sometimes, whether it be financial or time, because sometimes we don't have enough time, taking care of kids and other things like that. And so those constraints are there, so it's to be aware of those as well, and realize that sometimes you just have to be practical, and then sometimes you can think more outside of the box and do different things. But yeah, there is no supposed to. There's no path that's a wrong path. Regardless of whichever direction you go in, you're going to learn something. So don't ever feel guilty that you've gone down a certain path and you've made some mistakes. You've learned from those, and you can move forward with that knowledge, with that understanding of what you've gained from that path. So there is really nothing you can do wrong other than hurt other people. Don't go out there and intentionally harm others. But whatever you do, you will learn something from the path you go on. So there is no supposed to. Just go out there, do your best, try what you can, explore. It's an adventure, and look within yourself for answers that will help you find what you would like to do with your life. So that's all I have for you today. Like I said, if you'd like to comment or like the video, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to see more videos that I make, feel free to subscribe. And as always, seek your truth and take time for yourself. Alright guys, I will catch you in my next video. Bye.